We are back.
What? Yeah.
Episode 23.
Love it what we're doing here.
Yeah, we're almost getting to that point where we know what we're doing.
Almost. I wouldn't say that very confidently if I were you, but
no,
we're getting there.
No, like this will be the time I'll lose internet in the middle of the episode or something.
Oh yeah. I mean, why would that not happen?
I just jinxed us.
Oh, there you go. Hope you're happy.
So we're 2-0 overall, sitting where we want to be.
Sitting pretty.
Maybe not exactly how we wanted to be 2-0, but 2-0 regardless.
It still feels good to be at the top. It's just a different kind of feel.
Yeah, and now that it's Tuesday, we kind of got the feel of how Coach Franklin and some of the players feel after the FIU game, and kind of the overreaching quality is they're overthinking everything.
And you know what? I had a bit of concern for this because of all these expectations that have been getting put on these kids right now. And they just got to go have fun, really. As they really just need to go have fun and not have to worry about it too much. So hopefully Coach Franklin can do a little something to maybe calm the nerves a bit.
Yeah, because Coach Franklin kind of called them both out on it too. Drew said himself he was overthinking, and then yesterday Coach Franklin came out and said, both Drew and Nick Singleton were overthinking. After the game, some quotes from Drew. I caught myself overthinking a couple times and just out there and playing. We had the bubble to Nick that I completely missed on third down. I'm just overthinking it. In reality, I made that throw all week in practice. So it's just going out there, shutting my brain, and going out and playing. As frustrating as it is, I know it's really easily correctable.
And now, you know what? Self-awareness goes a long way there. I think it's good that he's self-aware to the fact that, hey, I got to step this up. This isn't just some Mickey Mouse knick-knack paddywhack game here. And so I appreciate that. But at the same time, too, there's a reason why we scheduled these games for the reason. Like, there's a reason. We wanted to slow roll the boys into this season, get them prepped. So this is good, just do better. The next play, do better.
Right. And that's one of the things James Franklin also touched on was that swing pass he missed Nick on. He kind of let that linger instead of just moving on. This isn't the first time we've seen Aller get in his own head and just not go out there and trust the Sunday through Friday.
It's
like
good.
Like I've heard multiple NFL players say, you pay me for Monday through Friday and Sunday's my time. Like you work Sunday through Friday so you can go out and have fun Saturday.
Right.
And that's what they need to go back and do.
I think it's just, a lot of expectations are put on this team, and that's not really an excuse. But if, from in the internal, from the locker rooms and people on the inside, we're hearing that people are overthinking, you got to think that, maybe this pressure is getting to them. And so the question is, instead of letting the pressure get to you, how do you re-divert that pressure? How do you, get to the point where you can adjust and be comfortable with this? Because that actually comes up to my second point here. That's perfect segue, because if you're uncomfortable, you're gonna. In the first two games, it literally, that's the word I'm going to use now. Is we looked uncomfortable.
Yeah, and like me, you, anybody listening to this, we have no idea the amount of pressure that this team and Drew in particular is under. Like, the weight of the world is on this kid's shoulders. And I mean,
100%.
you either rise up to that or you let it consume you and take over.
It is definitely a sink or swim moment here. I mean, there's no other way to look at it. Are you gonna rise to the occasion, or are you gonna let those weights pull you down?
Yeah. I mean, with Drew being, this is his third year starting. He's a senior. He's only got one class here. Like, maybe it is too much football. Maybe it is too much living football instead of being a kid and enjoying what you're actually doing.
Living football instead of playing football. It almost sounds like, if you're living football, it's a lot different than just playing football.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's a game. We all know this, and we're all going to overreact to that game. Like, you put all that preparation in all summer, all spring, all summer, all fall. At some point, you just gotta trust it and let it rip.
We'll see. Well, now we got Villanova coming up here next. I don't think it's something to, like I said, I don't want to sound the alarms yet. I mean, like I saw the run game, we were moving bodies. I wanted to see that. I didn't need everything else out of them. I just wanted to see one thing at a time. Okay. Offense, the receivers look good on week 1. Running looked good on week 2. Let's put it all together and look good week 3.
Yeah, for sure. And, part of that is, K-Tron got going for the run game, but Nick's still lagging behind. And that kind of brings me to, James Franklin's quote about Nick. He said a little bit like Drew. I think he was thinking too much. I think he's trying to play perfect. He's such a good kid, and he's so coachable, and he's trying to do all the things that are asked from him. But that's not what Saturdays are for. Saturday is just go play, let it rip.
Yeah, I think Coach Franklin just wants them to go have fun, and
yeah,
you can put it's very easy to put unnecessary pressure on yourself when all you need to go out there and do is just go have fun.
Yeah, because I mean, essentially, this team has heard since this is your guys' year. This is Penn State's one shot at a national title. That's all. That's all that's been said all summer.
Yeah, it's been in every single player's ear almost since like you said, since all summer, and that can get tiresome. I can only imagine. If you're hearing it over and over and over again, that's going to make things a little more difficult in the long run when you're trying to focus on a 28 toss and in the back of your head, oh, we're going to the national championship. That makes it a little different. You just got to bring it back to the field.
Yeah. When you're trying to, football is you can't be perfect in a game of football.
Nope.
And if you're trying to be perfect, it's just not going to go as well as you want it to go. No,
you have to be able to adjust and like take it every single play, take it one play at a time. You can't like let a swing pass get you down for the rest of the game when you got, we still got 3, 2, 3, 4, maybe even 4 more quarters of ball left to play. At the beginning of a game, you start getting yourself down, then good luck trying to pick yourself back up.
Yeah, like just go out there and play. Like that's what they got to get back to. And hopefully we start seeing that against Villanova. Then they get that bye week to rest, recharge. And then it's game on against Oregon.
That's where we need to be. All gas, no break.
Yeah, like take the brain out of it. Like I think once you're in it, like the less you use your brain,
the better.
Like you said, you let all the preparation just take. That's why you do all the preparation. That's all the practice is to build up that muscle memory, to build up that awareness. So when it comes game time, you just go out there and have fun.
Not us over here preaching practice like you play.
Right.
That is some Pee-wee football. Pop Warner. That's what you learn that at Pop Warner. We should not be going, you guys need to practice like you play, okay? We're not seeing it.
As we're sitting in our chairs, swigging some
Yeah.
adult beverages.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me tell you something about commitment.
Let me tell you how easy it is to go out there and throw a swing pass when
Yeah.
280-pound men are after you.
No, thank you. I'm gonna pass.
But
I'm going to pass on the swing pass.
yeah, like these kids are talented. I mean, listen, I just want to see them go back out and just look like they're comfortable. Like you said, they're uncomfortable.
Yeah. And when you got the whole world saying, "Oh, you guys are definitely going to the national championship. You guys are going to win the national championship," that just adds unnecessary pressure. You don't think that they're thinking about that all the time? You don't think that that's literally just sitting in their minds, constantly eating at them? And it takes its toll. But good players get through it. And see we're gonna have to see which ones are the good ones here.
Yeah. Because I mean, I think you can go back like the last 10 years or something. There's been at least one top 10 team that finishes the year unranked.
Oh yeah, there's
So,
always somebody.
And I don't see a possible way like where Penn State ends up being that team. But if you go out there and lose Oregon and Ohio State, like you're right on the fringe again.
Yeah, you're teetering there at that point. That becomes, fire and pitchforks.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. If you drop the 2 hard games again, like we talked all off season about how this season is all about changing the narratives. Penn State, James Franklin can't win a big game. They're just not that team. Drew doesn't perform well in the biggest games. He hasn't performed that great in the first 2 not big games so far this year.
Now, what if this is just like Bizarro World where they're going to play like really bad against really bad teams, but then they're going to play really good against really good teams? That's a possibility there. Maybe they're just, there's always that play. You're playing at the level of your opponent kind of thing.
Yeah, like they could be playing down to their opponent. There's not just it's hard to create juice, it's hard to create that urgency and get up for the game when it's FIU and Nevada.
You took the words right out of my mouth. It's got to be really hard to get real up when you're playing Nevada and FIU. It's not. You still got to go out and execute, but it's got to be a little more difficult to get just that energy that and maybe it's also a crowd. The first 2 games, I don't even think Nevada was a sellout from what I saw, and FIU was definitely not a sellout. I saw seats open there, so the crowds, the fans have got to get in there too and do their part.
I mean, you look, the student section hasn't been filled out yet this year. There's been open sections both games. Like it's hard to get up, but then you look across the aisle. Ohio State won 60-something-0 against Oregon, 160-something-3 against Oklahoma State. So you look across the aisle at, hey, these are my 2 biggest competitors this season, and they're taking care of business. They're not having a problem getting up for those games. So it's kind of like that. Well, can we see that too?
Well, these fans are always, Penn State fans are, what have you done for me lately? And if you start off even with these 2 wins, which were expected wins, but they were, I mean, everyone's saying it, they're disappointing wins. They're wins, and you're always going to take a win, but I can see why people are, saying these wins aren't the wins that we're looking for. This isn't where we think the team needs to be. I'd feel really good if Penn State walks out here on Saturday and drops 80 on Villanova. Like, I'd feel good about that. But like, the ball needs to get rolling.
Yeah, we need to see just the offense get humming, like just moving the ball, just hit a big play here and there. We just need to see the consistency and just the overall rhythm of the offense get going. Defense, they're hitting a couple big plays here and there, but not with how many guys they're rotating in. That's completely understandable. Those rotations are going to tighten up come Oregon. But I think right now we're all waiting on this offense to just put it into gear. It's like it's stuck in neutral right now.
It can't get someone. It can't get out of first. They're stuck in first. I mean, the offense is rolling, the car's moving, but we're not moving really fast. Somehow we're just stuck in first gear, and the car's an idle, and we can't get it to go. But once you do, I mean, we got a full on muscle car we're working with here at the end of the day.
Yeah. I mean, the horses are there on every level of this offense. You got the quarterback with the big arm, with the experience. You got the offensive line that's supposed to be the best offensive line Penn State's ever had. You brought in the transfer receivers who have shown what they were brought here for. You got the 2 running backs that could end up 1 and 2 on career rushing yards, like tight ends. Like, it's all there for this offense. We just need to get that ball rolling down the hill. We're
Does
stuck on
Penn
the
State
apex.
want their Disney movie? This is it. Do you want your Disney movie? Because this has all the fixings, for a Disney movie if you want it to be.
Yeah. Like, you're on the roller coaster and it's stuck at the the apex right now. Like, just somebody rock the boat forward and get this offense going.
Whee!
And I mean, with FIU, there was plenty of overreactions, but also legitimate, like, cause of concerns. I mean, one standing out to me is our special teams looks good.
Very good. I was very proud of what the special teams did. And I think, easily the most underrated, squad out there every time. But, good special teams makes or break games every single time.
Yeah, like if you have a punter that can just kick it 72 yards,
it's convenient.
You go 3 and out and you don't lose the field position back because of it. Like, that's a huge thing.
Really, just it's a good indicator. Hopefully, though, if that's I would assume that all the coaches they all have the same mindset. So if special teams looks good and the defense looks good, I think it's just a matter of time until we see the offense look good.
Yeah, and I've seen it floated around that Penn State's holding back plays, and I don't really think they're holding back plays. I just don't think they've got it rolled. They just haven't gotten rhythm. They haven't got it clicking yet. I don't think they're holding anything back, really.
Yeah, to say that they're maybe playing possum, I think, is a bit of a stretch. But you never know. Maybe they don't want to show their hand before Oregon. Maybe they are just running a much simplified offense right now. And so, it does make it easier for a defense, read these plays when you're only running maybe half of your playbook or a quarter of your playbook. The pros do it all the time in preseason. For, perfect examples, you'll see teams do a whole game where they won't do a single motion in the preseason. First game of the season, they are motioning every single player you've ever seen. And so it could be a cat and mouse game. I always like that idea. But with the whole coming in, overthinking thing now, I don't think it is. But at the end of the day, we'll have to see if Coltonicki's got something up his sleeve. Because I know Knowles is on a roll. Jim Knowles is just doing what he's got to do. So we'll see if Coltonicki's got a little something up his sleeve for us here.
Yeah. And even Jim Knowles after the game, even with how well that defense, he pointed out a couple things that he'd like to see. He even alluded to, like, he's still thinking a little bit instead of just playing. He said they're a little slow on a couple things. So it just seems like the entire team, like, hey, we need a pool party or something. Like,
can we get a little enthusiasm going here?
Right, like, yeah, this is important, but, like, just go out there and play the game.
But you know what? Villanova's a little closer to home. Villanova's a little closer to home. Maybe there's a little more, FIU all the way down in Florida, Nevada, all the way out here on the West Coast, It's maybe this, we got to get a little closer to home here, something a little closer, something that has a little more stank in the game. Somebody who you guys have played in basketball a few times, maybe this will kick a spark that we want to see here.
Yeah, it's probably more likely that the stadium's more full because it's more local game. More Villanova people travel instead of Florida and Nevada people.
It's a hard travel there.
Like the crowd could be what kickstarts everything, you know. They
Easily.
bring the juice. The crowd brings the juice. That's just going to transfer to the players.
It's that 12th man effect, you know. The 12th man is a real thing that, you know, you got to have in your back pocket. If your crowd can, even one play, one delay game, one miss here on an audible, could change the entire game.
Yeah. And like I said, we need to see something in this game. I feel like if we sleepwalk through another game, it's going to be the longest bye week ever.
Oh my God. We're going to have nothing to talk about except bad news. We're going to be sitting here just going, oh God, oh my God.
Like for the mental health of Penn State fans everywhere, I feel like we just need a thorough, dominating win from start to finish.
I would very much appreciate that. But, you know, it's Penn State. So you can crap in one hand and wish in the other and see which one fills up first.
Right. And I mean, this week will be the first week, probably the only week this year where we don't have like because couldn't find anybody for Villanova.
I know. I was literally about to bring it up. We don't, Villanova football, not their strong suit. If we were playing the basketball, I'm sure we could find 50 people. But yeah, the football side of this one's a little more stretched out.
Yeah, and going into the game, they've only played one game so far this year.
They're fresh,
and they're ranked. They're ranked in the FCS. They're ranked like 11th or 12th. So
all right, so they're
not a bad team.
They're going to come out firing in the first.
Yeah, like if you look at the advanced metrics, like they're in the same group as Nevada and Florida International, even as that FCS school.
It'll be an interesting one here. You know, I think it'll be a fun one. You know, this is where we need to see the offense fire on all cylinders. It's gonna come down to that. Absolutely, there's no way around it. And this is it. This is where if after this game I don't see what I want to see, this is where the hands go up and I start going into panic mode, because then we're only 2 weeks away from Oregon and there's no way you can ride a ship in 2 weeks.
Right, like it would be nice to have a little bit of confidence going.
Like as of right now,
into a bye week.
Like it's going to be a 7-3 win for Penn State if we beat Oregon at this point. I don't see it as any other way. You know, we're going to have to hold them to 3 points.
Yeah, because you know Oregon's defense is no slouch. Their offense is really good so far, even though they've played lower quality too. Yeah, we just like I said, we just need something positive going into the bye week, just so you know, get the fans off, get the fans off the message boards, and just positivity, because there's not a whole lot of it right now.
As of right now, not the most positive in the world, but I still have hope.
If we are looking at a positive, the top 25 came out yesterday. Penn State stayed at number 2, which means the voters cared a whole lot less about that performance than Penn State fans did.
100%.
If you're State fans, you would think we dropped out of the top 25.
Nope, still sitting at 2. Just planning for the inevitable.
Oregon moved up, so that sets up for if Penn State takes care of business this week. Oregon beat Oregon State. It's looking like a top 5 matchup for the whiteout, which has never happened before.
That's going to be insane.
Yeah. Almost as insane as those ticket prices I went on a rant about.
Oh, yeah. Do you need to go on another one?
They have not gotten better, I can tell you that much.
Iowa State, by
cheapest
the way,
price today was $440.
Oh.
They've went up.
Working their way up the top here, though, which is rather interesting. I just wanted to give that a quick, shout out there. But like that, rock. Yeah, your ticket prices, you're done.
You're done. Like it's gonna be you gotta take out a personal loan to go to the whiteout.
Yep.
Another interesting thing about the poll is our boy Bo Prabula sneaking in at 25.
Just coming in. Missouri's looking good right now, too.
Yeah. Bo won the National Player of the Week at Missouri. QB2 turned into QB1.
Oh, good on him, though.
Looking good.
Good on him.
Oh yeah. If there's one transfer I'm rooting for, it's Bo. Like the kid was hometown kid, always did things right, and he had to do what he had to do.
Completely understandable. You got to make sure you look out for yourself, and I completely get it. And good on you for playing well. I mean, just our recruiting is that good.
Yeah.
We just got dogs everywhere.
Right. Illinois keeps moving up. They had probably the biggest win of the Big Ten last week when they went to Duke and won by 20 or 30 something. So, I mean, showing the overall strength of the Big Ten. We really only had Michigan let us down last week as a conference.
Yep. That's just about it. Yeah. I guess a strong Oklahoma team, though.
Yeah. Oklahoma pretty good. Or was Michigan that bad?
It's a good question. Well, I guess we'll see. I guess only time will tell.
I mean, Indiana's still hanging around. They're never really going to get the recognition until they actually beat a ranked team.
Illinois creeping into the top 10.
Yeah,
real
this
deal.
Could be their first college football playoff appearance, and their schedule sets up pretty good for it too.
I think it's real interesting.
Like it's Illinois or Indiana. I feel like whoever they play each other September 20th. Like I feel like whoever wins that game could be the, third or fourth Big Ten.
Oh, I could see that. I could definitely see that happening.
Because if they get past Indiana, pretty much but it's at Illinois, and then after that they pretty much just have Ohio State, and that's at Illinois. So like,
could you imagine that? Could you imagine that upset? Boy.
I would just like Penn State to take care of business and set up that 1 versus 2 matchup at Ohio State. We got a long ways to go.
There is a lot of football before that, but I mean that's the idea, right? At the end of the day.
I mean, that's the goal. Like, what a game that would be. Number 1 Ohio State versus number 2 Penn State in Columbus. Because that means you've already beat Oregon. You've beat Iowa. Like the Ohio State, like you've started. If at that point you would start to change that narrative we keep talking about.
Yep, 100%.
There's so much riding on that Oregon game. It's ridiculous.
Oh, it's unreal. The entire mental health for Penn State football fans for the rest of the year is riding on this game.
Right, and just how does if they do lose that, like how does the team?
Because I think we're all going in with the impending doom that is Ohio State, just because of our previous record. But we got to get past. Listen, if we don't, I mean, if that's the case, then we're just like, oh my god. Yeah, like what do we do?
Right, Oregon's as hard as it's going to be. Oregon's the best shot at cementing yourself as a legit national title contender.
Oh yeah.
You lose Oregon and you lose Ohio State, it's going to be the same old. Penn State never beats anybody. And they're 8 to 15 range in the rankings, and consolation prize.
And then everybody goes abandoned ship.
Right. Because this team's going to lose so much talent after this year.
Oh, it's going to be a couple rebuilds, but That's going to be that's part of the process. You know, when you want to
Yep.
bring in an older team, you know, try to get it done. That's the price you got to pay.
And how about that USF beating Florida at Florida?
Them bulls are running.
And they get another shot. They got number 5 Miami this week.
What if they just start cooking? That USF team is always one you got to watch out for too. They're just always cooking.
Like, I mean, if they beat, Miami this week, that means they've beaten number 5 Miami. They beat Florida, who's ranked 12 or 13. They got to jump all the way up to the top 10, I would assume.
Oh yeah, you have to. I mean,
and then they're in their conference schedule. Like,
they could come in with like a huge power schedule, with strength of wins if they get those. That would be insane.
Yeah, like if they can find a way to beat Miami, they could have that hiccup down the road against some lesser team, and still have the strength of wins to get in.
And could still trip going around. But yeah, if they pull that off, that's just talk about a buster there for the poll.
Yeah, because they're the only group of 5 team in the top 25.
Oh yeah, look at that.
They're the only group of 5 team that's even got any buzz going right now because they beat Boise State, who's the other one.
Yeah, the Boise State slipped a little bit. I don't know if that team's the team we thought it was.
Right, I don't think so. But yeah, I mean, we just got to get the boys just have to get back to playing football.
Have fun,
and just play the game of football like you're playing a pickup game again.
Exactly. Just go out there and have fun with the boys.
Yeah, have fun with the boys. Duh, boys. So yeah, that should do it for us on this episode. Like, subscribe, review as we grow this channel out. And thanks for watching. We'll see you guys on Friday.
See you guys Friday, y'all. Take care.